In today's video, we'll be going over citrulline malate and why I put it in my new pre-workout. So if you did not know, I am working on a new pre-workout. It's called PuckerFuel. You can check out more information at PuckerFuel.com. But yes, I'm making a pre-workout. And as you can see in the ingredients, it has L-citrulline as one of its main ingredients. So we will be discussing what exactly L-citrulline does it work, and we will be going over some studies showing if it works or not. So you might have seen it on pre-workouts. It is usually in two forms. It is either citrulline malate or just citrulline. The difference between L-citrulline and citrulline malate is that L-citrulline is the pure form of citrulline, and citrulline malate is a mix of citrulline and malate. So for example, 5 grams of L-citrulline is 5 grams of L-citrulline, but 5 grams of citrulline malate is only around 3 grams of L-citrulline and 2 grams of malate. So just be careful when you're looking at pre-workouts. Look at if it is just citrulline or citrulline malate, because that might mean that you're getting less of the product that you want. But fundamentally, what citrulline malate is, it is a non-essential amino acid. So there are a bunch of amino acids. This one is non-essential, meaning our bodies don't really need it, but you may supplement it if you want to increase your performance. When you intake citrulline, it will then go into your body and it will convert into L-arginine. Now you may be asking, why not just take L-arginine? That is because there have actually been studies showing that if you intake L-arginine orally and you intake L-citrulline orally, you get better effect from intaking L-citrulline. It basically absorbs better. It gets into your system better. This is where I want to quote this study right here, a comparison of citrulline and arginine for increasing exercise-induced vasodilation and blood flow. This is where they took 11 males and they gave either arginine or citrulline to the males. And what you can see in this data is that it was pretty close, but there was better blood flow in the people who took citrulline. And they concluded that citrulline-based supplements enhance vasodilation and blood flow more effectively than arginine-based ones. What I'm trying to say with this is that using citrulline is better than using arginine. But to get back to the system that I was talking about, so first of all, you intake citrulline orally. Citrulline gets into your body, then it converts into arginine. After this, in your body, arginine basically activates the production of NO2, nitric oxide, which then leads to increased blood flow to your muscles. More blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients getting to where they are needed. Thus, you get better pumps, you get less soreness, and you may even be able to exercise more because there's more blood in the muscle. It can perform better. That's basically the chain of command that citrulline runs through. And there are many studies that have studied this effect and seen that it does increase performance. Impact of citrulline malate on aerobic bench press performance, a randomized double-blind crossover study on muscle soreness and reps. They took 41 participants and found that the performance had 52% increase in reps by last set and also a 40% reduction in muscle soreness. Another study, citrulline and upper body performance. Experienced lifters taking citrulline malate completed more repetitions during sets of lower body training, which supports citrulline as a high volume training performance enhancer. Another study, endurance and aerobic performance. Trained men taking 6 grams of citrulline malate had improved cycling time trial performance, suggesting potential aerobic benefits of citrulline as well. And lastly, a systematic review of citrulline malate, which was a review of 13 studies Some found improvements in repetitions to failure and reduced soreness, but results were inconsistent. Stronger effects in resistance training than in endurance performance. So the science is pretty clear on the effect that citrulline does work as a nitric oxide producer. And obviously nitric oxide is known for increasing your pumps and possibly increasing your performance, your endurance, by increasing the blood flow to the muscle. So now lastly, why did I put it in my own pre-workout? Why did I put citrulline in my pre-workout? Well, first of all, because of the synergy. There always has to be something that gives you that pump in a pre-workout. And with my formula right here, it works super well because citrulline gives that pump that you need. So synergistically, just the formula makes sense and works together because then it can bring all the benefits together. And then lastly, why did I decide on putting 6 grams of citrulline in the whole scoop? That's because 6 grams of citrulline is found to be basically the most around the most effective. Most effective citrulline is 5 to 7 grams. So 6 grams is just dead in the middle and it works. This is where I can again quote 2 studies, citrulline malate and resistance exercise, where they used 8 grams of citrulline malate before bench press, and the bench press increased in reps. And another study, endurance and aerobic performance, where trained men taking 6 grams of citrulline malate had improved cycling time trial performance. So 6 grams of pure citrulline is an amazing amount and it works. That is why I put it in at this dose in my pre-workout. Just an effective dose that damn sure works and an effective ingredient that also works. So now lastly, where can you actually find this PuckerFuel pre-workout? Well, I am currently working on it, so it's not out yet, but if you want to get notified when we drop and you want to get a 20% off voucher, go to PuckerFuel.com or link in description and you can find the pre-workout there. You can join our waitlist on the pre-workout and get your 20% off voucher, as well as weekly email updates on how the pre-workout is doing, as well as, you know, an email when we drop. So definitely go sign up, go check that out either at PuckerFuel.com or link in description. But besides that, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.